Amid the splendor of ancient Rome, a haunting tale emerges, one of the unthinkable actions committed by masters against their enslaved subjects. Behind the dazzling façade of innovation and progress, a sinister reality unfolded, where those in power unleashed a torrent of cruelty upon the vulnerable. This is the untold account of the disturbing truths that lurked beneath Rome's grandeur, prompting us to ponder the hidden complexities of history. How did such darkness coexist with a civilization's greatness? What lessons can we glean from this juxtaposition of grandeur and brutality? The part that slavery played in ancient Roman society. During the turbulent reign of Julius Caesar, the Roman Senate underwent a metamorphosis when non-Roman Gaulish senators were admitted into the body. These individuals, who originated in what is now known as France, had the opportunity to experience the grandeur and intricacy that characterize Roman civilization. Slaves, people who were considered to be property rather than fellow human beings, were everywhere, which was one of the most eye-opening things that they came across on their travels. It is estimated that during Caesar's time, slaves comprised a startling 20 to 30% of the population in Roman Italy alone. Slavery was strongly ingrained in Roman society, and it is for this reason that we know this statistic: ranks and orders of suffering. A distinct hierarchy developed within the framework of the Roman system of slavery, which was a reflection of the larger social order. At the very top were educated consultants who assisted the Roman aristocracy. These advisors were often Greek slaves. They were under the care of domestic slaves who attended to the day-to-day requirements of their masters. Workers, toiling in arduous conditions on farms, quarries, mines, and other labor-intensive locations, occupied the lowest rung of this hierarchy. The predicament of slaves who worked in galleys and miners. Galley slaves and people who worked in mines went through some of the most terrible experiences in history. Slaves who were chained to oars in Roman warships endured unfathomable pain because they were exposed to the elements and left to perish in times of crisis. Galley slaves underwent this torment every day. The miners who were extracting precious minerals for Rome's growth worked in perilous conditions that were made much more dangerous by their misunderstanding of the dangers of lead poisoning. Their lives were defined by unending torment and hopelessness throughout their whole. Gladiators and various forms of entertainment. In the arena, slaves found themselves at the whim of both their masters and a crowd that was ravenous for blood. Some slaves, much like the gladiators, found momentary renown and favor via their prowess in combat. This helped them advance in their social standing. Despite the widespread accolades they received, many people were still held in servitude despite the fact that they were so well known. Others were made to take part in horrific performances, such as being torn apart by wild animals, engaging in bloody conflicts, or even being burned on fire for the sake of entertainment. The use of brutality and punishments. The ancient Romans had a wide variety of cruel and unusual methods of corporal punishment at their disposal. Crucifixion, which became notorious as the means by which Jesus Christ was put to death, was a frequent form of execution that was meted out to slaves, criminals, and traitors alike. Crucifixion was a slow and excruciating method of execution that frequently included asphyxia, protracted exposure to the elements, and unfathomable anguish. Slaves who attempted to flee their masters or rebelled against their conditions were subjected to cruel punishments like as beatings, whippings, public executions, and even being trampled by elephants, all while an audience cheered them on. The Colosseum and the practice of executions. The Colosseums of ancient Rome were the sites of gladiatorial contests as well as public executions. These structures came to represent the power of the Roman Empire. Slaves who were deemed to be guilty of rebelling against their masters or showing disobedience frequently met their end here, fighting in mock battles or facing vicious animals. The level of violence reached terrifying heights, with captives being burned alive or subjected to gruesome deaths that functioned as macabre entertainment for the general population. The quest for freedom. Freedom was an unattainable goal for a great number of Roman slaves. While there were some fortunate souls who were able to win their freedom, the majority of people remained enslaved. However, freed slaves frequently encountered restrictions on their newly found freedom, because becoming Roman citizens required more sacrifices and arduous efforts on their part. What do you think of the video? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a like and hit that subscribe button before you go. Thanks for watching.